Narcissistic abuse is terrible. It's like being in a nightmare that you just can't wake up from. And all of us thought this could never happen to us. It happened to me. And because you're watching this video, maybe it's happened to you too. He was my dream man. He was kind, thoughtful, generous. He was charming. He was supportive. And then it changed. He became angry, jealous, possessive, controlling, and abusive. It was really confusing because he was so beautiful and so amazing so much of the time, but then there was things that just didn't add up. I was anxious, I was disempowered, I was always second-guessing myself. I started to believe that it was me that was the problem. Somebody put me onto a personality disorder specialist. She had told me that relationships at this level were highly dangerous and that there were 4 options of how it could turn out. Either he would kill me, I'd kill myself, I'd have a psychotic breakdown, or I'd end up getting so sick and so broken that I would possibly contract terminal diseases. But yet I could not stop myself trying to be the first person who could beat this, and I just kept going back and back and back. I had a breakdown, and when it happened to me, there was no mistaking it. I actually got to the point where I thought everybody, including my son, would be better off without me. I walked into my bathroom and I fell on my bathroom mat and I just screamed, "Please help me," because I can't do this. I just can't do this. And then in that moment, this thing entered me, and it entered me with such powerful clarity. It was like I saw my future, I saw my life, I saw myself healed, and I saw myself thriving. It was not about him anymore. It was all about healing me. I was online with people and a woman wrote into me and she told me about how her sister had left behind 3 small children because she'd taken her own life because of a narcissistic husband. And something inside me snapped. And here we go again. And when that thing inside me snapped, I knew that I had to bring healing to as many people as possible. But what I found is the more that I turned inwards for my answers and the more I came home to myself, the more steps were shown to me. And what I was shown very, very, very clearly is that the trauma is in the body and we need to address it at the body level. So I started to study body healing modalities that were giving me incredible relief from things like the post-traumatic stress disorder, things like the nightmares and the constant obsessional thoughts about him and what had happened to me. Those started to lessen and relieve really quite quickly. Yet I still had a lingering thing of agoraphobia, which was getting out into open areas. I would feel like my whole world was caving in and I just couldn't do it. I had an idea that just popped into my head and I started taking dictation about it. And I didn't know at the time, but I was actually writing down the first ever formula for quantum freedom healing. So I did the first ever 2-hour healing session on myself with quantum freedom healing. And then I walked out the hotel gates into the busy streets of Koh Samui, and I was so extended. I felt like I was at one with everything. I was perfectly safe. It just started to change everything. And I kept waiting for the agoraphobia to come back, and it didn't come back. It was done, it was gone. Today, I'm the happiest, most confident, extended, radiant version of myself that I could ever imagine. I needed to take this to the world. So I started creating a healing program that could be accessed by anybody regardless of who they were being abused by, such as a spouse, a lover, a friend, a colleague, a family member. And I found that there were people that had persistent chronic traumas that let go and shifted, some of them like mine, instantly. Psychologists and counsellors and psychiatrists and domestic violence workers from all around the world were seeing the results in it, and they started recommending it to people. Doctors were recommending it to people. NARP is now in over 90 different countries because of this. In this book, you will learn the step-by-step processes that myself and so many others have taken so that you can thrive after narcissistic abuse. I want you to know, no matter what you've been through, how much you've lost, or how old you are, you can heal from this.